Comedy Central has ended one of its main late-night TV shows over poor ratings. The owner of the cable channel Viacom has lost a string of talent in the battle for ratings and revenues on American television. And as André-Pierre du Plessis reports, there might be more to come.
Late-night TV became a lucrative pursuit for broadcasters thanks to this man, Johnny Carson. In the 1970s, NBC paid him a salary of $25 million as he brought in 7 million viewers a night and $15 million in advertising income annually. David Letterman continued the tradition of entertaining viewers between 11 p.m. and midnight.
Can't believe this is happening.
But by the time he retired in 2015, the late-night TV slot had become a noisy and competitive place. One channel that managed to stand out over the last decade was Comedy Central, all thanks to Jon Stewart. He and Stephen Colbert, whose own show followed Stewart's for 9 years, paid to create a strong and steady source of ratings for Comedy Central.
And you can edit this out later.
But after both comedians left last year,
as I shuffle off this basic cable,
the hour-long slot has struggled. Stewart's daily show brought in an average 1.97 million viewers, while the Colbert Report drew nearly 1.7 million. Ratings for Stewart's replacement, Trevor Noah, have over the last year hovered around 1.2 million, while Larry Wilmore, who replaced Colbert, hardly managed to top 1 million. That placed the nightly show in 8th spot among other late-night TV shows, which is why Comedy Central this week pulled the plug.
I must say, our show going off the air has to only mean one thing: racism is solved.
On the same day of Wilmore's last episode, the comedian Amy Schumer said her Comedy Central program may also have come to an abrupt end, pointing to what could be a bigger problem inside its parent company, Viacom. Over the last 2 years, the channel's revenue and cash flow have declined by almost a third as competition heats up and the talent bolts.
Does anybody miss me?
Next to Stephen Colbert, who took over Letterman's Late Show on CBS, Comedy Central lost Samantha Bee and John Oliver, who were also offered better salaries to start shows on rival channels.
Guys, we made it!
Viacom further risks losing lucrative contracts with cable and satellite companies who carry the channel in the US, at a time when fewer people are watching TV than ever before. André-Pierre du Plessis, TRT World.
Joining me from Budapest in Hungary is Dean Starkman, a media analyst and fellow at the Centre for Media and Society. Welcome to Money Talks. When you compare late night with everything else on television and on the internet, is it still a lucrative time slot for broadcasters?
Oh, it is. It's big business, and there's a lot at stake in these, in the ratings of these particular shows. Cantor Media research firm found that in 2014 that advertising for late-night comedy shows hit around $600 million, which is, again, it's a significant amount of money. And if anything, the shows are even more significant, more than just financially. They're really important cultural markers and marketing agents for these networks.
Well, let's talk about ratings. Larry Wilmore's rating was so low that Comedy Central had to cancel it. What about the other shows that are performing just as badly or if not worse?
Well, I mean, we're sort of, we shifted into a new era when Jon Stewart retired and Stephen Colbert left Comedy Central. And there's a whole raft of important people have left late night talk, including David Letterman not long before, and Jay Leno. These comedians have proven they've got pretty big shoes to fill, and not everybody can fill them. It's also kind of something worth thinking about, that particularly when you think about somebody like Jon Stewart or Stephen Colbert, but especially Jon Stewart, you know, sure, financially, but also culturally, particularly Stewart, were very important folks. So, you know, trying to replace somebody just like turning a channel it's not always going to work. I mean, he really was a unique talent who really developed over many years. He started out rather green and became, the guy we know as Jon Stewart, only over time. And, it's sort of a lot to ask anybody to step into that in a completely new political context, social context, and to try and just continue that momentum. It was never really realistic.
Okay, Dean Starkman, thank you for your insight here on Money Talks.